What's up? Alex O Crypto here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Otter Gang. I hope you're doing well. Week in review, weekly candle. Otter is going to be pointing down to the right. Oh, just slightly. So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin price. Let's look at what's ahead this week. Let's see what we can figure out. What am I looking at? What are my trading levels? Where am I looking for bit price to go? So with the weekly print here, we can see that we have an indecisive bearish doji candle, which is saying, you know what, maybe we can go one way, maybe we can go the other way. We've gone up and down, but guess what? We're not sure where we really want to go. You can see as we're bull flagging out here, it's kind of indecisive. So as we look at this candle, we can say that, hey, very much indecisiveness in the market. Now, one thing I do want to bring to your attention, though, is that on Market Cipher B here, we have not get a confirmed red dot, but I will be watching this extremely closely because we will looking just to see if we do get a bearish divergence. Now, I'm not saying we're going to drop all of a sudden, but I am keeping this on my radar. So some things to keep in mind when looking at this weekly candle. Can we get that bear div that could possibly bring us down? You can see that we're very much oversold. Money flow has curled up, which is a bullish sign though. It has curled up here on the weekly time frame into the green, so we can look for a possible rejection of the VWAP here also. Okay, so money flow curls up, VWAP is coming down. Look for a bounce off the VWAP possibly this week. We do have some data to bring to your attentions. Data. I don't know what kind of issues you got if we call it data, but here we go. We got 92% Fed hike rate. That's coming at July 26th. But more importantly, inflation has come up a little bit, 2.44% on Trueflation. But on Wednesday, probably or Tuesday, because you're not in Australia like me, we got inflation rate, core inflation rate. So let's buckle up. Let's prepare for some volatility. We got a full week after July 4th and the beautiful vacation of the American holiday. Well, guess what? It's a full week of trading. Let's look for some volatility. Let's look for those people who took the vacations last week, and let's look for some volume in the charts this week. So let's bring that to your attention. Let's be prepared. Let's practice good risk management and a healthy mindset on this upcoming week. Okay, there's going to be trades to be taken. So let's look into the Bitcoin price and what I am seeing right now. So as we flip down into the 5-day, the 4-day, we notice that the money flow is in the green here. It is very much up and thriving. Okay, yes, we had this massive pump up. Yes, we've had multiple beautiful lower or higher lows coming in, printing these beautiful pushes upwards, and everybody's calling for at least a 35K Bitcoin, okay? So are we in that mindset? Well, guess what? We're preparing for anything. We're going to take shorts at the top of the range, and we're going to take longs at the bottom of the range. That's how we trade at this channel, so we'll be preparing for those long-term moves by getting in early in this range. Now, you can see that we've moved down quite a bit, down to 30,000, almost on the dot now. So we have been trending downwards. Even if we go over to the beautiful heat map we have here for the weekly heat map, Bitcoin's down about 2%, Ethereum down 4%. Okay, if we go into, the daily and stuff like that, it's not so significant. But when we look at it from a broader perspective, we can see that definitely price has come down a bit after putting in our new all-time highs for 2023. Good job, Bitcoin. Keep pushing the narrative. This is great. We love to see these higher highs. Okay, so going into the 2-day, you can see now we had a confirmed red dot. Now, I was talking to you guys about this in previous videos, but we have a confirmed red dot looking to curl over. Stochastic hasn't followed just yet, but we can see that the VWAP has crossed down into the under the zero line, which is a bit bearish, and we'll look for money flow to follow suit in the next coming days. Okay, we might have a change of character coming around Tuesday/Wednesday when we get these reports. Okay, so let's prepare, let's buckle up. Can we get a massive push up with some good news, or can we get a push down with some bearish news? But we'll be prepared either way. Now, getting into the daily, we can see that we are finally attempting at this zero line on the momentum wave, which is something to be watching for tomorrow. Now, this will have printed in the next 17 hours, this beautiful candle. So we will see. We have been bouncing off of this 21 SMA. So let's keep an eye on that. Maybe add that to your charts, and you can be aware of where the price is going to go, and maybe we can punch through here. Now, keynote, we got to know that we have key level of support. We've been held up here immensely. This is such a strong hold for Bitcoin. You can see that we have not been able to get below 29,700-ish area, but most likely where we're at right about now, which is the 30,000 psychological level. So we want to be very cautious here on if we do see a break, because if we do see a break of this range and a retest, we can be looking for a possible short. Also, we can look for just a simple swing failure pattern to the downside here, look for some bullish divergence, maybe on a shorter term time frame, and jump into some longs. So these are some of the ideas that are flowing through my head where I can be like, okay, maybe it's a bear or it's still bullish, but we're just retesting the lows, grabbing some liquidity down at the bottom here in order to pump this to the moon. Okay, they've made the people who have gotten long down here wait quite a long time in order for this price to pump. Maybe they've paid themselves and they're okay with going higher from moving on now forward. Okay, so these are some of my thoughts and my ideas in the couple day time frames. Now, when we jump into the 12-hour, things change. Okay, this looks a little bit more bearish. Okay, yes, we've curled down here on the on the VWAP here, but we're looking for it to continue to bounce off the zero line, and we're looking for this momentum wave to make its way downwards. Okay. We are, for a long-term indication, we're looking for this money flow to start coming out and challenging this zero line here. So tomorrow we're going to have our eyes front and center watching this 12-hour, looking for the next couple of candles and where it wants to go. We're going to look for a test of these lows and see the reaction of price, okay? Something to keep on the radar. Now, when I pull up my charts here, we'll pull up my ideas here. And now what I'm thinking is that we have some key levels here. When we pull this across, we have this range. Now, one thing to note about this beautiful range that we've been trading in, ever since March, is that we've now got pretty much 2 point of controls, okay? We can see that we have this point of control volume here, that we are local point of control here, that we are trading under currently, okay? This has held us up, and this is now holding us down. This is a very key level of control, which is at 30,300. So in order to flip bullish, we need to get above that and continue our way up here. Now, in order to continue bearishly, we need to retest this possibly or just bounce off of it and then challenge the volume below us. Now, our next level to challenge below us is at 29,500, which is the value area high of the previous range here. So if we're going to come down, we need to crack through with some volume into this range and possibly work our way to the point of control, okay? Not saying we're going to fall through yet, but we need to watch for this in order to continue bearishly, to continue downwards. Something I'm watching very, very closely, especially this week, because we're going to have volume, okay? The bulls are in town. The bears are in town. We need to be prepared. Now, things to build confluence to this idea. We have Bitcoin dominance up at 52%, a key level of resistance touched on many times before. We need it to push through. We need this to continue its way upwards, flip this to support, and continue its way up to challenge this 57%. Otherwise, we're looking for a rejection here and possible sideways action. You can see we have a trend line here that it was very much push up, sideways action, push up, sideways action, push up. So we're looking for a continuation of sideways action. Also, on the Dixie, we can see that the Dixie had a major rejection last week. Okay, so we're looking for the Dixie to try and push its way back up. It is active now. Yes, we had this here, but we're looking for this to push its way back up unless we have a lower low here. So we can see that we did not make a lower low just yet, but if we do get below this 102 here, this can be bullish for Bitcoin, okay? Otherwise, we're looking for this as a higher low and a continuation back up to test this 104 area, which mean a push up, which mean a dump down on Bitcoin, okay? Also, going over to the S&P 500, midline has been respected. We are coming down and we are testing this midline again. 4,500 is the price target, okay? We're looking for us to come up. So can we push up to that target this week? We'll be watching that, and then we'll be looking for a rejection. Otherwise, we look for this 50 line on this trend upwards to be broken, flip to resistance, and a continuation downwards. Okay, so some things I'm watching in the other markets in order to build confluence with trading Bitcoin. Now, short-term time frames. We jump into the 4 hour. We can see that we have this sideways range. We were talking about this as well, where we have the sideways range. We need to get above this local point of control, which is at 30,300. So we would like to see price get above here, right? Flip this to support. But also we have a key level to get above, and that's at 30,800, which is in line with the Fibonacci golden pocket of this local range. Okay, so look for some resistance if we do push upwards. And now our first stop would be at that 30,800. And then obviously our next level of resistance is the top of this range, right at 31,400. So these are the key levels to the upside that we need to break in order to continue our way up and try to push for that 35K that everyone's talking about. But if we fail to get above this 30,300, look for it to push down and challenge this 29,500 level. Okay, and if we do break that, we'll look for a retest and a continuation downwards. So we'll be watching these levels this week. I hope this keeps you guys informed. This is what I'm looking for this week. Much love to every single one of you. We've been growing, so I ask if you could please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.